Hi everyone, I'm Dahlia. I'm an artist and an educator. Today we're going to print. What is a print? A print is the mark left behind on a surface. For example, when ink is transferred from one surface to another. Can you think of an example? How about a fingerprint? I have some samples of different shapes and textures here that I've collected around the house. Look at the prints I made with these objects. You can try too. I want to show you a print I saw at the National Gallery, Singapore. This print is called a woodcut. The artist Kuan carved this seascape on a piece of wood and printed it in black ink. Now I shall show you how we can make our own seascape print. This technique of constructing your own cardboard plate for printing is called colography. To make a colograph plate, these are the materials you need: a pencil or a marker, glue, a pair of scissors, and thin cardboards. To create an ink pad, you can use anything flat and waterproof, such as these plastic sleeves or folders, a water-soluble relief printing ink, and a roller. You can get these from art stores. Instead of a roller, you can create your own ink dabber. All you need is cotton unused t-shirt, bundle it all up, make it really smooth, tight and quite hard at the bottom. Use a rubber band and tie it up. For printing, you can use either white or colored papers. Cut two pieces of cardboard of the same size and smaller than your printing paper. One will be the base and the second one is for you to draw out your design in simple shapes. Notice that these shapes are clearly separated. If your design is overlapping, like these clouds here, draw one of the cloud shapes on another cardboard so that you can cut it out and paste over the first cloud later on. This is the finished colograph plate ready to be printed. I have cut the straight top into a design like this and made negative shapes too. This is another colograph plate that I've made using a cake box. Avoid putting too much glue because it will be too wet and will take a long time to dry. An even thin layer of glue is sufficient. For best result, leave the colograph plate overnight to dry completely and print the next day. Now I will show you how to set up your inking and printing area. You can put your ink pad either at the side or the top of your printing area. You can tape the plastic directly onto your table and another plastic base to line the table. Stir the ink well and place an amount of ink at one end and roll the ink evenly out into an ink pad. The idea is to be as even as possible without rolling too little or too much ink on your colograph plate. If you don't have a roller, you can use the ink dabber to dab ink from the ink pad and onto your plate. Try to be as even as you can when inking. Look at your plate closely, and once you have enough ink there, you are ready to print. You may need to print several times before you learn and know what is the right amount of ink to make a good print. Remove this plastic base that's covered in ink. This is optional, but I have prepared a registration sheet so that my plate is always aligned with the paper each time I print. Place your colograph plate in the center and then the paper. Hold both plate and paper firmly down with one hand, and with the other hand rub an even pressure all over the surface of your plate. Don't forget the edges. You can use the side of your palm like this, or use a clean cotton dabber and press. Rub with pressure. Are we ready to pull the print? There you go. Do take note that if there isn't enough ink on the plate, the print will be very faint. If you add too much ink, your print will be too blotchy and wet. It is good to start light inking because you can always add more ink little by little. I have also printed on colored papers, a day and a night scene at the beach. You could find objects around the house, draw, and make your own colograph plate and print it. This is the plate that I made earlier using the cake box. Now it's your turn to print. You can always come down to the National Gallery Singapore to view all the prints done by various artists. Very exciting. See you there!